Easy Explained, Tractatus Logico-Philosophicus by Ludwig Wittgenstein, Propositions 6.44 through 7, Silence. So let's jump back in here at Proposition 6.44. Wittgenstein says, not how the world is, but that it is the mystical. Right, starting to lead into some of this more transcendental philosophy here. Not so much ethics, maybe more so aesthetics. But again, for Wittgenstein, those two things are one. We're really starting to launch here, to send off. So let's keep going to Proposition 6.45. Again, it's a longer one, just putting a part of it here. Feeling the world as a limited whole is the mystical feeling. Right, so what Wittgenstein really starts to do here is taking his philosophy, this whole language-based system he's built with limits of self, limits of the world, really what that means for us, how it should make us feel, and how this is a philosophy that can still help us live a better life. I think that's what he's trying to get at here. So let's move into Proposition 6.5. Here, Wittgenstein goes on to say that when an answer cannot be stated, neither can the question be stated. There is no such thing as the riddle. If a question can be posed at all, then it can also be answered. So this is a way that he's viewing philosophy, right? So if you can formulate a question, then in some ways in language, you should be able to answer it. If you can't answer it, then it's not a good question, right? It shouldn't be a question that you're asking. Again, almost Buddhistic in a sense. Moving a little bit deeper into Proposition 6.521. Again, it's long, just putting it apart here. The solution to the problem of life is found in the vanishing of the problem. And I don't know about you, I don't know if you're familiar with Dune, but this immediately reminded of a well-known quote from Dune, both the book and the films. And Wittgenstein's coming well before Dune here. Frank Herbert was publishing Dune in 1965, but it reminds me of this quote from Dune that the mystery of life isn't a problem to solve, but a reality to experience. So I'll leave that comparison to you here. I think there's maybe something there. Maybe Herbert had read Wittgenstein. Who knows? Moving into Proposition 6.53. Again, very long. I'm recreating only in part here, but still taking a big chunk of it. So Wittgenstein says the correct method in philosophy would really be this: to say nothing except what can be said. That is propositions of natural science. That is something that has nothing to do with philosophy. So the only way we're going to do philosophy is really not by doing philosophy. And then whenever someone else wanted to say something metaphysical, to demonstrate to them that they had not given a meaning to certain signs in their propositions. So he's saying sometimes philosophers, at least in the modern, present day and age, they think they're doing philosophy, really they're just speaking nonsense, right? They're not doing philosophy. For Wittgenstein, the best philosophy is going to be talking about natural science. We're going to be coming up with very clear things that help to, decloudy, demuddy the waters. And that's philosophy, just being as clear as possible and giving new concrete knowledge for all of us to use and communicate and share. Move to Proposition 6.54 to wrap up Proposition 6 here. He says that my propositions elucidate when someone who understands me finally recognizes them as nonsensical by using them to climb up, over, and out of them. They must throw away the ladder, so to speak, having used it to climb up. They must get over these propositions, and then they see the world correctly. So here at the end of Proposition 6, Wittgenstein is really calling us to go back and reread this whole work, to start over from the beginning, go through it, see if we can call him out as nonsense on any of these things. But you do need to use this ladder, right? You do need to use his book, his work here as the ladder. But he hopes that when you go through it, when you work through it, puzzle through it, figure it out, make sense out of it, if you're not challenging him back on these things, that you will be at a better place, right? You will have come to a new knowledge, a new understanding, a new way to communicate and understand the world. So finally, the mic drop here, Proposition 7. If we can really climb up the ladder and throw it away. The mic drop. Wittgenstein says, of what one cannot speak, about that one must be silent. Again, we've seen ripples and echoes of this a couple times throughout the work, all the way back to the preface. Very famous quote here to end things. One heck of a mic drop. For now, hope this helps.